Well, I got my pops here, so if you hear anybody talking in the background or whistling, it's this little bugger right here. Hey.
Yes, I'm watching this intently.
Okay, you're my Mr. Inspector here to make sure that I hook this up properly, right?
I want to see it properly, and I want to see it done correctly.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up this ground wire. Because I have it, I've got a screw inside this existing box. I'm going to attach it to the metal screw. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a curlicue in it. And let's see if I can do this so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to take this right here, and I've got little holes right here. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to kind of curl it like that. Okay. Now I'm going to reach in that box and loosen up an existing screw, wrap that around there, and screw it back in so I get that connected. That's my next step. Now let's take a look at this. This is a new cover plate design that they've started to do. I'm not sure if I like it just yet or not. See, it's designed so that you don't have any screws, some face screws on there. But how to get it off?
Yeah.
Well, there's some little nibs on the back. One right there. And if I hold my mouth just right, I can kind of pull that. I do this one down there. And I can get that. Let's see, now I can loosen it up like that. And pull that off. See those little notches? So now I'm going to screw that whole thing in there with this little cover on there. Then I can take this when I get done and push it on there and snap it home. If you ever need to take it off, you got to wedge your screwdriver in there. That's a very small screwdriver, mind you, without breaking it. So you got to know how to pull these off. Then you can put it in there and twist. Loosen that one, put it in there and twist. Slide that up, and then it should pop off. Okay, got to get that off. Okay, now let's go ahead and connect this ground in the box. You see how you're going to have to do that? You have to put a little L angle on there. That way you can loosen up that screw in there. Hold your mouth just right as you're getting ready to fish that on there. You want to put it on in the same direction as the screw is tightening up. Okay? That way when it goes around on that, it has a natural tendency of tightening on that wire. It gives you a better connection. Okay? Man, my knuckles are right up against the cabinet. Usually there's plenty of room here, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. You know, that ground wire is attached to a screw in here, and on this old house, this old house, you remember that one?
Yep.
50 years ago, on this house, they ran a continuous ground wire connecting all the metal boxes together, and all of the boxes in the walls and everything else all together. Okay, so I'm mindful enough to at least put the screw connected onto that, knowing that the box on the back side of this box has been grounded, and now I've got everything attached. And I actually saw that. I was crawling around up in the ceiling. I saw the continuous ground wire, and that continuous ground wire goes back to your electrical panel. If you're not sure, you can look inside your electrical panel. You can make a determination if you see one separate ground wire going in there, or you crawl around up in your ceiling and fish around and see if you can find that. But in this case, that's all we can do. We got no other options. And sometimes I've even seen light switches, old style light switches, and in this case, remember this old light switch here? There's not even an area for the ground wire, for a ground wire to be installed. And lots of older single pole light switches, there never was a ground wire attached. Now, today's switches and stuff, you've got two wires, you know, hot and hot for your switch, and you also have a green wire coming out the side, and that's for your ground. Okay, funny how they did things in the past.
Yep.
But there you go.